Bottle brush trees. Everybody loves them. Dollar Tree has them. We're going to get crafty with them. Welcome, everybody. Thank you for being here. Let's go ahead and get to it.
All right, so here are the 4 bottle brush trees that I'm going to be using. Those 3 were from Dollar Tree, so they're $1.25. This one is from Walmart, and it's $2.98. So it is twice the price, but it has Happy Halloween there on the bottom, and it is fuller and more symmetrical. So keep that in mind. You are getting what you pay for. Now for the glittery ones, to me, the wonkiness adds to the Halloween charm, so that doesn't bother me. But just keep in mind what you want and what you're looking for. So I'm just kind of showing you some of the options I have for how I'm going to display them, what I'm going to put them in or on, and this is how I'm decorating them. So a lot of this stuff does come from the Dollar Tree. Some of it was Hobby Lobby. Those 2 little buckets there were Big Lots. All right, so moving on to decorating. So I'm putting the orange ornaments and little berry stems on the black tree. And there was one of them that I just didn't really kind of like as much as the other one, so I was deciding whether or not I wanted to use it. There's a lot of this video is me exploring options and talking about options, basically. All right. So the berry, I'm going to trim that wire off of, and so that I can glue it in there because it's not going to work very well with that wire on there. It also doesn't work very well. The ornaments don't work very well up at the top because they're really just kind of too big to shove in there, and they look kind of funny. And they don't work very well with that little ornament hanger part on them. Now I twist them off, but of course, after I've done 15 or so of them, I realize that if you just kind of push back a little bit, they pop off super easily. So found my hot glue gun again, using hot glue for this project. So I'm just kind of going in and fairly randomly. I always thought that term was funny. I used to do, my mom used to do self Stampin' Up, and one of the demonstrators, that's the way, we described stamping the backgrounds for things was, to do it fairly randomly. So, random, so it looks random, but not so random that it is not aesthetically pleasing, I guess. All right, so I just started hot gluing and shoving those in there. I do think hot glue probably is the best choice of glue for this. It adheres quickly, but the only issue is all the little, hot glue spider webs, basically. So you are going to have to go through and clean all that up. Unless you're just insanely careful and the luckiest person using hot glue gun ever. But other than that, you're going to have to clean it up. All right. This is a little bit of a messy process as well because there's a lot of glitter going on here. There's glitter on those trees. There's glitter on some of the ornaments. So it's a little messy. One other option you would have, like if you could find some like little silver ornaments, I think that would really be adorable. Or if you wanted to just go all black and just do nothing but like little black ornaments on this one, or little spiders would be really, really cute. There are a lot of different options that you could do here. So I didn't actually use the entire package of those ornaments. So I do still have some of the orange and black ornaments left, and I have a good bit of the berries left. And I used the orange berries on another project on my fall sign video. If you haven't checked that out, you really should because it's really cute. So there's quite a few of those little berries in there. So I still have enough to do some other kind of project as well. Since the berries were really the only things that were going to fit at the top, I thought it would look really funny with berries only at the top. So I did kind of just go through and fill in some of the larger holes so that there were berries at the bottom as well, because like I said, it's just really going to look funny if it's, the larger ornaments for 2/3 of the tree and then the top is just the little orange berries. So I did go through and just kind of sporadically put those. Now, I don't have any kind of topper. I personally didn't think it was necessary. But, you could always make something or put one of the ornaments on top. Like there's a lot of different options for that if you felt you wanted to be a little more, I guess, traditional. which, a Halloween tree isn't exactly traditional anyway. It was kind of my thinking. So if you wanted more of a traditional looking tree, then, you could figure out something easily to put on the top. So, options for the stand, I guess you could say. There is the cauldron. Now, I think for the black tree, the cauldron would be super cute if you did all black ornaments or the silver ornaments. I think that would look really awesome. Ultimately, I do decide on the pumpkin because I just thought it looked so cute with the orange. And then there's those little candlesticks. I think it's $3.99 or $4.99. It may be $4.99 now. Things have gone up at Hobby Lobby. And I got them 40% off. That was the bottom of the tree. You just kind of pull and twist a little bit and it comes off. So I did fill up the bottom of that with rocks for more stability. And then I just kind of went around the edge with some hot glue and just kind of shoved the tree down onto it and held it there for a few seconds and did fidget with it a little bit so that it stood the way that I wanted it to. But that was it for that one. Okay, moving on to my multicolored bottle brush trees. A few different options for these. You could just take the berries and put those all over. For the candy corn colored one, I thought it would be really cute to paint the berries different colors so that they matched and put the matching colors in that area of the tree. I decided to go with bats for all of them. These were leftovers from my haunted house project. Again, if you haven't seen that one, it's really cool. You need to go check it out. One cute option again for the candy corn one would be to cut out bats in coordinating colors of the candy corn and have them on there like that. I decided to just go with black because I thought the black looked really cute. Well, they looked nice with both, but especially the candy corn. So two different options for folding it. One, basically just fold the wings up and on either side and then just glue on the back. What I ended up doing, you'll see here in a minute, because you're just kind of you're gluing it to bristles basically. So the other way that I folded it, I think ends up working better for gluing it. So this is really simple. You just fold it directly in half. That's it. So this to me gives a little bit more dimension, I guess, because the wings do stick up further this way. Of course, you could adjust the other way of folding however you wanted to. But what I ended up doing on most of them is just kind of pressing that glue area to kind of the side. So I'm sort of tucking it into the tree a little bit, but that was just the best way I found to get them to adhere well. Now, I don't really have enough bats. So my final pictures, I guess, you could argue look a little sad. But I'm going to go through and add more bats to them. The candy corn one, I think I'm going to add them all the way around. The bottle brush, they're both bottle brush trees. The other tree, the one from Walmart, I think I'm just going to go for more of like that the bats are just swooping over kind of one side of the tree. So, they're going to look different. I don't want them to look, too much the same, I guess. All right. Really quickly, I just want to remind you that, I always link my link tree, and you can find me on Instagram through there, and I will post teasers sometimes and, other projects, or if, like I'm talking about right now, I have to go back and fix a project after a video or I do something else with it, then that'll go on the Instagram as well. So be sure that you are following me on Instagram. Also, while we're just watching me glue bats, on the orange tree, I used the black ornaments and put it in the cauldron. Since I was doing the same thing, I didn't really think you needed to see it again, but I will say that I forgot to put the rocks at the bottom of the cauldron, and I do regret it. I'm probably going to have to rip that tree off and put them in there because it just does not have the stability that the other one does. So, warning, keep that in mind if you are going to try this project as well. All right, so there you kind of saw me fidgeting around with different options again. What I ultimately decided was that the Walmart one, I was going to keep the base on there since it says Happy Halloween. And this is yet another reason why I have to fix it. I guess, well, not I guess. I was thinking I was going to be taking off the base or painting it. So I wasn't really paying any attention to which side I was gluing my bats to. So they're not really the same side as where it says Happy Halloween. So I talked about that I was going to do kind of like a swooping across it. So I'm going to have to swoop across in that direction so that the Happy Halloween will show. But I just thought the natural wood looked so pretty with the colors of that tree. So I'm leaving that natural. But as I already said, I love the black with the candy corn. So I am painting my candlestick black. I did take the base off of it. I just showed you there. You just kind of twist it off. I kind of smushed it, so I had to refluff it. And yeah, I'm just going to glue my bottle brush tree using that super glue. That's the original super glue brand. It's gel super glue, and you can get it at Dollar Tree. And I'm just going to put that around the top of my candlestick once it is completely dry. And again, just kind of shove my tree onto it. Now, since super glue does not, dry as quickly as like hot glue, you do have to hold it for a little bit to make sure that it adheres. Now this one, while the black paint is drying, I am going to go around the rim of that candlestick with wood glue. Same brand, the original super glue. It works really, really well. I did my haunted house, the wooden background, and it has held up. My son has dropped it. My husband, drilled a hole in it, and it is holding up perfectly. All right, so while I was waiting for the black to dry, like I said, I went around the rim of the candlestick and I glued that to the base of the other bottle brush tree. I did hold it for a little bit because, again, this takes a little bit of time to dry. Now you can fidget with your bats and refluff your tree and bend it around if you need to. Well, that was it for this one. These were all really simple, and here is how they all turned out. I am displaying them together on a shelf. When I was putting them together, I tried to make sure that they were at different heights to give the scene, I guess, a little variation. And even though, they're not exactly the same, they do all work really well and look very nice together. Everybody loves bottle brush trees, so there is probably somebody that that would like this video, so go ahead and share it with them. If you enjoyed this, then go ahead and hit that like button. If you're not already, I would love it if you would become a subscriber and hit the bell so that you get notifications. And again, I want to remind you to check out my Linktree and come find me on Instagram so that you can see some sneak peeks ahead of time and see how I may have adjusted or changed some of my projects, and just to keep in touch so that you can be part of our crafty community here. And I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you for being here, and I'll see you next time.